practice leads to perfection. So it is not only important to know a chapter, but it is also very important to practice questions related to the chapter. So Pallavi Biswas, a very enthusiastic student, has solved the task given in episode 8. So Pallavi, thank you so much for this response, and please get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Pallavi Biswas and I am a grade 12 student studying in Delhi Public School, Bangalore East. I will be solving the tasks given by Sanchita ma'am. So the first task is this question. Here we see that there are 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3, and why we start the numbering from this carbon is that the double bond takes a preference to start from a lower numbered carbon, which is essentially using the lowest locant rule. And we see that on the first carbon there is a bromine and a chlorine attached. Hence the answer for this would be 1 bromo, 1 chloro, propene. The second task is this structure over here. So here we see that there is a cyclo 6-membered ring with 2 double bonds, and we start the numbering from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Why we started from here is because once again the double bond takes a preference for a lower number, and so do the other halogen groups. And we see that on the first carbon there are 2 Cl groups, and on the fourth carbon there is 1 bromine group. Hence the answer for this question is 4 bromo, 1 dichloro, cyclo hex 2,5 diene. The third task is the structure. Over here we see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbons on the chain, and on the third carbon there is a fluoromethyl group. Hence the answer to this question is 3, 1 fluoromethyl pentane. The fourth task is this structure over here. Here we see this is a bond line notation, and if we start our numbering, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. On the first carbon there is a chlorine. On the second carbon there is a 1, 2 and 3, which is an isopropyl group. And on the fourth carbon there is a bromoethyl group. Hence the answer to this question is 4 ethyl, 1 chloro, 2 isopropyl heptane. The fifth task is this structure over here. So here we take this is our main chain, since there is a halogen and a double bond as well, and we can expand this C2H5 as CH2 CH3 because it will help us number it better. So we start the numbering as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and on the first carbon there is a chlorine a double bond ene, and a phenyl on which its fourth position there is a fluorine. And on the third carbon of the main chain there are two methyl groups. Hence the answer to this question would be 1 chloro, 1 4 fluoro phenyl, 3 dimethyl pentene. The sixth task is the structure over here. Now I can expand this as CH2, CH3 and expand this as CH2, CH3 as well. Both of these are obviously connected to these carbons. And so our main chain becomes this, which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 carbons. And on the third carbon there is a chlorine, and on the sixth carbon there is a fluorine. And why we've considered the chlorine at a lower numbers? Because of alphabetical order. And on the fifth and the sixth carbon there are methyl groups, 3 methyl groups in total. Hence the answer for this question is 3 chloro, 6 fluoro, 5 6 trimethyl octane. The seventh task is this structure over here. So you can see that this will be a main chain, and once we start numbering it goes as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And on the third carbon there is a chlorine. On the fourth carbon there is a bromoethyl, and on the second and seventh carbons there are 3 methyl groups in total. Hence the answer to this question is 3 chloro, 4 1 bromo ethyl, 2 7 trimethyl octane. The eighth task is this structure over here. So we see that there is a cyclic 8-membered ring which will make our parent, and here attached to the ring is 1 and 2 with an iodo, so an iodoethyl group. Hence the answer to this question is 1 iodoethyl cyclooctane. The ninth task is this structure over here. So we see that we have a cyclic 6-membered ring, and we take this as our first carbon and this as our second carbon. And the first carbon there is a chlorine. This is an ethylene vial group, and on the second carbon there is an ethyl group. So the answer to this question is 1 chloro, 1 ethene 1-YL or IL, 2-ethyl cyclohexane. Task is this structure over here. So we see that this is a cyclic 3-membered ring going as 1, 2 and 3, and on the first and the second carbon there are 2 chlorine groups. As since both the chlorine groups lie on the same structure, same side of the plane, the answer to this would become cis, since it is on the same side. 1,2 dichloro cyclopropane. Thank you.